Hello, this is Sam Hollis from Sam Hollis Web Design, and I'm going to show you today how to add a blog when your website is built in Divi. So Divi is what's called a WordPress theme, and it's to do with the way your website is built. If you have a website from me, it will be built in Divi, so your blog is probably built this way. So you need to follow this video to show you how to add new blogs or how to edit blogs you've got. So, first thing is you need to go to your website and you need to log in. If you're not sure how to log into a website you've got, then go to my brief tour of WordPress video and it will take you through how to do that. But if you've done that, you should be logged in and on the home pages and on the dashboard as I am here. Blogs are stored here in posts, so click on posts and it will take you to a list of blogs. When it loads, here we go. So we can see we've got all of our blogs here, ones you've written. You've got a brief information here about the author, categories and things like that. In fact, I've got a draft one here I'm going to get rid of. So we want to make a new blog. So to make a new blog, we click on Add New. It then takes us to a new blog page. It isn't where we build the blog, so we can just close that. Sometimes you'll get this, sometimes you won't. So you should get a page that looks something like this. If you've got Divi installed, you will get the Divi icon here. If you haven't, you won't. Before we use the Divi builder, which we are going to do, we're going to deal with some information on the right-hand side here. So the first thing is you need to look at the author. That will be you if you're logged in, but if you're writing this blog for somebody else, you might need to change who the author is. So for example, I could log in and actually put a blog on someone else's behalf. You want to add to the categories, so you click on the little arrow. So what's your blog about? You probably have some pre-done categories here you can tick. This is our blog about being in Mozambique, so I'm going to tick it's a blog about arriving. You can add a new category if you want, and as you can see, you can also have subcategories. There are then tags, if you click which is underneath categories, so you can put a little arrow for tags. So tags are words linked to your blogs. So this is going to be a blog about traveling, so I might put travel, and after each word you put a comma. I might put airport. I could put 10, 20 words here. It's good to put lots of keywords in there. Okay. The next thing I want to add is my featured image. That's the main image that links to the blog. That's really important. That will appear in other pages. That will appear in social media. So that's your key image for that blog. So I click there to set featured image. It takes me to my image library where you can see previous images. So you can use one of those, or you can just drag in an image. You will know how to drag in images. So I'm going to choose this one with some zebras on, and I'll click set featured image. So my featured image is set. Okay, once I've done all of that, I will click save draft. So the information I've done is saved. I'll give my blog a title, arriving and the zebras. Okay, I will click save draft again, and I've saved what I've done. It says save now. Then I'm going to use the Divi builder. So I come down here and click the purple button, use the Divi builder. It will just then take a couple of minutes for the Divi builder to load. What we're going to do then is, instead of starting with a blank page, which takes quite a lot of work, we're going to choose one of our previous blogs, which you should have, and clone that page. So you've got a structure to start with. If we've built you a website, we will have put you a blog or two on to start with. So here we go. We go clone existing page and we choose a page to clone. So we'll then get a list of our pages and we can choose one of them. Sometimes Divi misbehaves slightly like this and doesn't give you this. It should say your existing pages, and these are Divi pages. Sometimes you have to just change tabs and change back, and then it works. So here are my previous blogs and some previous pages. I can scroll down and see a lot more. So I'm going to choose this blog as my previous blog. So it recreates that blog in the new page. Okay. So now I've got my new blog. So it's already picked up my title. So my title, the date, the author, the picture are picked up automatically. I can't edit those here. If you remember, I changed them in that original page, so they're fixed now. Okay. The information on the right hand side here is fixed. I can show you later how you can move that, but that is fixed for now. What you can change is your blog text, which is here, and your blog images, which are here, because obviously this at the moment is my writing of my old blog. So there are two ways to edit the blog writing. It's really simple. One of them is you can just click, and then you can work like a normal Word or a normal word processor. You can just literally delete, you can paste, you can type. There we go. So what that is one way to edit the writing. The next way to edit the writing, I'll need to click somewhere else and then come back, is when I hover over it, I get all of these options. I click on the black cog. And then what I've got here is a text editor. Just the advantage of this is you've got a lot more formatting information here, the usual things about the size of the text, bold and all of that stuff. You can click here and make that a bit bigger if you want as well. Any changes you make here, tick before when you've finished to make sure those changes are saved. Talking of save, that only saves it to here to save the whole page. We go down here to save draft. Don't click publish till you're ready to go. So I'll click save draft. To change the image, again I hover over it and again I press the cog. Once I've got the cog, I can see there the image. Okay, and to change it, I click the cog again. Then I'm back to the image library as before. Yep, let's pick a different image. Click on upload. Again, you could drag an image in there. Tick, and my image has changed. Okay, I've now got more text here, where again, I can either do the option of clicking the cog to edit it, or I can just click and type. If I've clicked and type, want to go back to the cog, I have to click elsewhere, then I can hover over it. Okay, you can just work your way down like that, changing the text. There's usually a footer. Again, this is put in automatically. You don't need to do anything about that. That's done automatically. What you might want to do is add a section. So you might want to add an extra image or add some extra text. That's fairly easy to do when you hover over a section. You can see when I hover over this section, a plus appears at the bottom. When I hover over this section, a plus appears at the bottom. So whenever there's a plus, it means I can add something in. So there's all sorts of options, but usually what you're going to want is either an image, this is all in alphabetical order, or you can scroll down and some text. So let's add some text. So I've got another text block here. I can delete what's here. This is my new text block. And I've got some new text. So I can add blocks. I can also, if I want my image in a different place, I can move images. So maybe I want to move this down. When I hover over, I've got the move there. I can literally move this down to the next block. So I might move it down there. There we go. It's actually going to look down there. So you can move your image from place to place, and you can do the same with the text. You can move it all around apart from the fixed items at the top and the fixed items at the bottom. Now, most of the information I showed you how to change on the home. On the first page, you can also change here by clicking the little purple cog here. If you click the little purple cog, you've got the titles. The excerpt will be done automatically, but you can put one in if you want. That's the sort of little snippet of the blog that's shown. The featured images here, so I can change the title if I want. I can change the featured image I want by clicking on the cog. I can change the categories if I want, and I can change the tags. The only thing you can't do here, which is why I showed you in the old places, you can't add new categories and you can't add new tags. You can just tick existing ones, which is why I showed you how to do it on the other page. So you can get back and do that. So I'm not going to save any changes, so I'll do a cross, but if you wanted to save your changes, you'd do the tick. When you are 100% ready and your blog is good to go, there's a couple of things you can do. You can use the buttons here to see what it will look like on different size screens. So this is showing what it will look like on a tablet and this on a phone. These are not perfect, but they give you a rough idea. It's good to then manually look at them on these devices too. Okay. If you're ready to go, you can click publish, or if you just want to, for the moment, view it as a draft, first you can click save draft. So if we click save draft, and we click exit Visual Builder, we should hopefully be able to see the post as a draft. So if you've done it as a draft, nobody else can see this, but here you go. So you can see it without all the editing. You can't edit it, but you can see what it will look like. You could view this on your phone, you could view this on a tablet, check it, and then when you're ready and you're happy with it, you go back to the Visual Builder. So you click there on Enable Visual Builder, and you can now, once it's loaded, publish it. So you would click the three dots to get the options at the bottom. We can click publish. Your blog is then published. So that is how to add a new blog to your blog if you've got a website that's built with WordPress and Divi. I hope that has been helpful to you.